Vamos lá. Vamos lá. Aqui no balão. Down below. Go that. I was zipping on the floor. I was dreaming of 40 out of feeling down below. I need got so much money on me, I can't count no more. Maybe I was in the project walls, couldn't even get along. Dormindo? Sacanagem. Sacanagem. Vai compartilhar isso não, irmão. Pedir pra elas, pô, compartilhar isso. Cansado. Maybe I was in the project walls. Deixa mais coisa aqui. Cheirinho, cheirinho, cheirinho. Cheirinho. Nem vi que era cheirinho. Certinho pra cá, hein? Essas que abrem? Não. Não, mas eu não quero ir pra lá. Eu quero ir pro outro lado. Só por baixo mesmo. Nossa, esses caras são fortes, viu? Isso é sacanagem. Nossa, não dá nem dano, mano. Toma. Ô, vagabundo.
Best be moving on. Over there! There's one of them fucking. Christ! He's dead!
Da puta. Pesei. Maybe I was in a project walls.
My dear sister, I don't know if I have the strength.
Vamos ver o que tem aqui de bom. Pickles. Oh, Rainbow Six Siege.
This is despicable.
Rainbow Six Siege. Sou um vagabundo aqui, ó. Ai. Ai. Vagabundo. Ai. Ô, vagabundo, você pode desviar do jogo pro seu bunda. Fudeu, vou morrer. Vou morrer. Vou morrer. Rainbow Six é bom, Rainbow Six. Tira os meus tibirius, é. demais. Na cara eu sou vagabundo. Eu sou vagabundo. Sou ruim demais, é. Esse não precisa. Resumir foda-se. Remember came from the bottom down below. Remember that cold night I was living on the floor. I was living that fudgy, I don't feel it down below. And they got so much money on me. Tudo de bom aqui, Zé. Nada. Nunca dou Zé. Esse jogo aqui zumbi aqui, Zé, é mó chato, Zé. Mó chato, Zé. Não vou patinar nem te fudendo, filho.
Since I can't reveal myself to my mother now, I must find a discreet spot to attend the ceremony.
I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. We commend unto thy hands of mercy, most merciful Father, the soul of our sister departed, and we commit her body to the ground. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Why kill my Mary and stick her here in this cold, god-awful place?
These are the legal requirements for the epidemic, madam.
Oh, Avery, I feel so tired. Please take me home.
Yes, madam.
Came from the bottom down below.
Oh, Mary. What have I done?
What have I done?
If I could only change one thing. One thing. This is a nightmare.
Jonathan, there is nothing you can do but accept it.
What brings you here?
I thought you could use the company. I am so sorry for your loss, Jonathan.
I wish the tears would come. But I'm empty. And I feel a hypocrite.
Let your pain run free, Jonathan. Don't smother it. What you feel is your humanity. Don't be so quick to lose it.
She had been scouring the most dangerous parts of London in search of me. And it led to her death.
Jonathan, don't.
I still hear her last thoughts. They echo in my head. Her mind shattered, and it haunts me.
Jonathan, stop. Listen carefully. You must come to terms with this. You must learn to live with what happened.
I'm learning. Every night is a new lesson. What I am, what I must do to survive. But my sister, she shouldn't have suffered because of my weakness.
Don't you see? You're doing the work of our enemies, feeding your remorse. We are weakest when we grieve, and the guilt blurs our senses.
And so this is why you're here. To warn me. You felt this pain yourself. You too have endured this.
I don't want to lose you, Jonathan. I've lost so many friends. Loved ones I cherished. Pray for Mary's forgiveness, if you must.
You may be right.
Of course. I've stared upon this world for centuries, and time has taught me to deal with guilt, if not erase it.
What should I do then?
St. Mary's Church is not far from here. Go there and make your peace. Find the solace you need.
My lady wants me to confess.
No, Jonathan. It's you who wants to confess, I think.
Vou morrer. Vai matar o padre. Nada a ver, hein? Nossa, se eu pegar essas caras eu tô fodido. Se eu pegar esses caras no pau eu tô fodido.
Hello, sir. Sorry to disturb you at this hour. I'm a doctor inquiring about the epidemic.
A doctor, you say?
All right.
Ah, então dá pra vir aqui. Sai. Sai. Morrer. Vou morrer. Vagabundo. Você é louco, tio. Esse bichinho é imortal, tio. Moral. Remember that cold night, I was sitting on the floor. I was in the cold, I don't feel it down below. I ain't got so much money on me.
And off to church he goes, a newborn seeking divine consent to lick the blood from the soft and pointy crown.
Who are you? Make yourself known.
Newborn, you reek of guilt and pointless compassion. Shed your skin. Forget your old, weaker self.
What do you want from me?
Oh.
Ascalon does not approve of lone wolves who bring unwanted eyes to our pastures.
So your name is Ascalon.
Ascalon's will is vampire law. Learn them, abide by them, or I shall return as your judge and jury.
These immortals try my patience with their plans and unsolicited counsel.
Yeah. Ô, parceiro. O que tem aqui? Nada de bom. Vamos lá então até a igreja então, né, parceiro? Seguir por aqui. Nossa, ele lutou, né?
Best be moving on.
Fudeu. Algum vai matar. Nossa, vou ter que matar esse povo tudo. Ai. Fudeu. Nossa, mano, que isso? Ah, não, Zé, é foda, viu? Não, mais um aí. Vai ser mais fácil. Já peguei desejado. Acho que por aqui vai ser much more easy. desviei.
See them fancy clothes? This one's a top.
Comigo, vem comigo.
This man stunned me with his crucifix. This is not good news.
Então tem um vagabundo aqui, né?
Yes? What is it that you want?
I'm sorry to disturb you at such a late hour.
No worries, my son. I'm still quite awake, having just returned from a funeral.
Yes, I know. I've forgotten what I wanted. I don't know.
May I help you, child? You seem somewhat perturbed.
I haven't the strength to cross the threshold. I wish to pray, to cleanse my soul.
The church is shut by order of the bishop. But I'm still the vicar of St. Mary's, if that is any use to you, my son.
You seem to me a good soul, Vicar. But this is a personal matter.
There are no secrets from God, my son. If your heart needs comfort, consider me your chapel. For I can be as silent as stone.
I've words for one departed.
They're not for living ears to hear.
Your eyes burn with rage, yet I see the pain that lies beyond. I am here to lighten the burden of all God's creatures. Whatever you tell me is between us and the Lord.
Very well, priest, as you seem quite adamant.
Open your heart, my son. Tell me what burdens you. With whom do you wish to speak?
Just know, I cared for her.
You seem so troubled by the loss of this girl. What happened to her?
She has been laid to rest. That's all you need to know.
I see. And how are you feeling, my son?
I feel responsible. The pain is consuming me.
I have a final question for you, my son. This is of the utmost importance.
Ask your question, Vicar.
What would you like her to know?
I killed you. There's no excuse.
My dear Mary,
forgive me.
You have been heard, my son, and your burden will lighten if your words are sincere. Go in peace now, and live your life in the way she would have wanted.
Whatever happened on this dock is between my sister and I. It does not concern God at all.
Good evening, Doctor.
Christina Popper claims she sells her body because she can't find any other work. Do you believe her?
Of course I do. Her story is exactly what I want my readers to understand. We live in an intolerant and divided nation.
Do you think things will ever change, Mr. Darby?
I believe the situation can only improve. And now that women can vote, I'm convinced things will change.
Have you any news?
It's a pit.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby.
Oi. Toalha? Pegar. se era gatito ou não. Na cozinha ali, não sei se era gatito ou se é rato. I was dreaming of 4G out of feeling down below. A nigga got so much money on me.
Good evening.
Changed.
What?
Two girl.
Good. Good evening.
He's fucked.
Have you? I have had enough. You never. Do you have appears? Goodbye.
E aí,
Have you? Goodbye, Mr.
Let's consider that supreme. Esse aqui mesmo. Muita capacidade de sangue. Então dá uma mordida, né, parça? Bora. Não tô nem aí, mano. Tomara que eles tudo morram mesmo. Ah, foda-se, desse vai ficar perdido, parceiro. Foda-se. Quero que vocês tudo morrem também, tô nem. Coisa é jogo aqui, mano. Sai, porra. Ah, vai se fuder. Vagabundo.
Remember you.
Fear be gone. I would harm no child of my making.
This is your doing. You made me this creature. What are you?
I am the land. You are our champion.
Tell me what you are.
I am the whitened bones and blackened soil. The land made blood coursing through thy veins.
What is it you seek?
This age is sickly. An ancient poison, an older rage, brewed in a cauldron newly forged.
This has something to do with the epidemic.
Seek truth, my champion. Defeat the serpent of knowing with iron spur.
I've had enough of others making decisions for me, pretending to know how I should feel or behave. So the vampire who made me is some sort of disembodied entity? Or was he just projecting this vision in my mind?
Good evening. Good.
Muito bom.
God protect us. You've got a leech in the hospital.
Yes, my hospital. My mission is to heal while you go about warring.
You set the table for a snake. I wonder why there's venom in your food.
I'm growing tired of your song. You're a woodsman, McCullum, not a doctor. Return to your hunt.
Remember, I've a good nose for machinations. I can flare the scent at a mile. You can't hide from the god.
Leave him, Jonathan. This is sacred ground. Neutral territory. And I just had the carpet cleaned.
Babaca.
By the sacred stone, this is very bad news. Bad news indeed.
What happened?
What's happened, G?
The hospital has been attacked. We have injured patients, at least one dead and several missing. This has spiraled out of control. Even the most infirm are asking to be allowed to return home.
Are you worried about the situation or your reputation? Now is not the time to think of oneself.
Of course, you're right. But we cannot afford a public scandal. It would ruin us. We must restore order, and quickly.
You mentioned a dead patient. Who is he?
She, Jonathan. She was Miss Harriet Jones. I found her room like a slaughterhouse. Blood everywhere. The duty nurse is taking care of the mess.
You want to restore peace in the hospital again?
I know this place means something to you. I have noticed how you suppress your appetite when around the staff and patients.
You need to know you can trust me, Edgar.
I do, dear fellow, I do.
Please then, tell me.
Sean Hampton, the man we thought we'd saved at the docks. It seems he was infected after all.
So Hampton became more beast than man.
Exactly. And now Guard of Prewen suspects the hospital of vampire activity. Do you realize what that could mean for us?
Well, they are not far wrong. The hospital is almost crawling with vampires.
McCullum is a fanatic. The Guard will stop at nothing. You don't know what they're capable of, Jonathan.
Very well. Since I brought Mr. Hampton here, I will put an end to this.
If you don't, I just recently met the strangest creature in Whitechapel. He was immense. He mocked me and accused me of hypocrisy.
Perhaps it was a skull. London's streets are overflowing with them these days.
It was a vampire, all right. But what kind, I'm not sure. He was large and very fast.
If you find anything more about this creature, the Brotherhood would greatly appreciate any information you could spare.
He was observing me with the obvious intent to do me harm. His very presence evoked a palpable sense of menace.
You need to be careful, Jonathan. You've never...
What exactly happened?
Hampton turned, quite violently as it happened. Lurking about, attacked Miss Jones. To say he created quite a commotion would be an understatement.
Are you sure it was Hampton who killed Miss Jones?
There was blood everywhere, but no body. And you know the state she was in. I fear for what he did with her. Hopefully he just hid the corpse.
How did the guard of Prewen come to hear of this?
McCullum has spies everywhere. He will jump at any opportunity to disparage the Brotherhood and show his contempt.
I recently tried to enter...
The Brotherhood's research on the matter of faith and vampirism has proved somewhat insubstantial, to say the least.
Is this proof that I'm...
The wrath of the Almighty? There's no way of knowing. It could be subconscious guilt, or irrational fear, or deep-seated beliefs.
It's hard to explain in terms...
I'm sure Lady Ashbury will have far greater insight into this matter than little old me.
Who was that man in your office?
Geoffrey McCullum, actual leader of the Guard of Prewen. I suspect he's the man behind the rebirth of this old and dusty society.
What do they...
Their ultimate goal is the eradication.
They know
I can guarantee one thing. The Guard of Prewen would never dare to attack the hospital while I'm in charge here.
Thank you.
Eita. Nossa, lá embaixo.
Sean Hampton lives and breathes for the well-being of his flock. There's no other place he would go but the docks.
Good evening.
Good evening.
What could...
That Mr. Hampton...
And did you see...
No,
Where is Mr...
I don't know.
Did you see Sean?
I think I saw a...
Goodbye, nurse.
It's safer here than anywhere else in the West End.
Oh, Jonathan, I cannot...
Yes, and I'm...
Jonathan, how could you say such a thing?
Forgive me if I feel despondent. For there seems to be no end to the suffering and death that surrounds us.
I'm always here for you, Jonathan.
What do you know of Ascalon? I was threatened by a creature, a vampire in Whitechapel, stating I had to obey the law of conduct.
What more can you tell me about him?
He was bigger than a man. Huge, in fact. He seemed to radiate violence. I thought he was going to tear me apart. Then he vanished.
Fergal, the executioner of Ascalon. You were fortunate he was not after you, but rather out doing his master's bidding.
What is?
The Ascalon Club are the most powerful vampires in Britain and exert tremendous influence. Take my advice and stay well away.
I have experienced a certain...
Now that's quite a question. I don't know why, but yes, it has happened to me.
Is this a sign?
I don't have the answers, Jonathan. But I believe superstition and magic is just fact awaiting the lens of sun.
Aren't you?
Very little scares me, Mike.
Have you embraced this woman? Like the other patient, this Mr. Renfield?
Her name was Amelia. And no, I did not kill her. I vowed a very long time ago that I would never take another life. Unless they ask.
Is there sufficient vitality?
Yes, Jonathan. The hunger gnaws at me every waking hour. Frankly, I'm starving.
Temptation surrounds us.
Over the years, any pleasure I once gleaned from feeding is long gone. I drink for sustenance. And though I still thirst for more, I restrain myself.
Thank you. Good evening,
Doctor.
And why?
People who don't...
Do you ever think about that?
The wound he gave.
That man was determined.
What a surprise.
What did he want?
I researched...
Only the...
I'm the top.
How is...
This is just...
What's...
That
I see.
The nurse...
What's wrong?
Come on.
But you're a...
What are you...
What...
All I...
How long do you think you can...
I know this city like the back of my hand, Doc.
We can't escape the con...
I ain't afraid of...
And who...
I'm the leader of the wet boot.
I'll leave you.
Deixa eu ver quem é esse cara lá embaixo lá.
I cannot enter.
Tá tomando cu então, João. Você não quer deixar eu entrar ali.
Steady, boys! We've got one of them here!
Ah, vai se fuder então. Ai, porra, sai. Sai, porra, eu preciso andar, o filho da puta. Nossa, é muita gente, mano. Mano, é muita gente tem aqui.
Heartens me to know you can't see me, my sweet queen. Perhaps we should have listened to what the idiot had to say.
Good evening.
Who the fuck are you? Don't you...
Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Ah, some fancy gentleman with...
So you won't tell me?
Name's Booth Digby. Maybe I'll ask my boys to break one or two of your bones, just so you remember it.
Do you know where I can find Sean Hampton? I need...
The sad saint. Why on earth do you want to talk to him?
He was one of my patients at the Pembroke Hospital.
Oh, yeah. I heard the poor bastard had been abducted by some cunt. You better ask Tom Watts. He knows Sean Hampton well.
Are you some kind...
Something like that, but the police aren't in charge here. We are, see?
So you're a conservative.
Using funny jokes about me and my boys, are you? Fuck. You must have some balls.
I saw many men like you during the war, Mr. Digby. Greedy little cockroaches who feed on despair.
I could kill you for saying that. But, nah. You've been a soldier. I can respect that.
So, tell...
What? Have you got a death wish? You really want me to answer that?
Well, yes. You seem so proud of your status. Why not tell me who you're working for?
Oi! I'm the boss, all right? The Wet Boot Boys work for me. All of them. Situation round here is better than other districts because of us. Because of me.
What can you tell me?
Things ain't that bad, thanks to us. We give people what they need, and we control this borough.
Well, you're not doing a very good job. People are still dying here, like everywhere else.
Yeah, well, we can't be everywhere all the time. And Edwina says if we can find more guns, we could be more efficient.
More efficient? Really? You should probably tell Edwina that guns are useless against diseases and infections.
Incredible. You know what? You're lucky she can't hear you right now. She's more smart than patient. My sweet queen of the docks.
Goodbye.
Give me a press.
Good evening, miss.
Who are you?
As I just told you, I'm a...
The Pembroke Hospital, you say?
I'm not here to
Miss Edwina Cobb.
I'm looking for Mr. Sean Hampton.
The sad saint? I heard he was mugged or something.
Yes, he was. But he left hospital recently.
You don't say. Well, I suppose it's good news for the homeless and the useless. Ask them, they must know something.
What can you...
I'm a businesswoman. I buy and sell things, and I send my Wet Boot Boys after anyone who don't play nice with me.
Gang member and shopkeeper. Can't be easy running double shifts.
If you're interested, I may find use of a doctor who can freely walk across the city, you know.
You're quite blunt.
I like people who know what they want and say what they think. This is a time of great opportunity for those ready to embrace their destiny.
I'm not interested in...
Fair enough. Stay away from us then, if you don't want to get hurt or worse.
Since my return from the war, I don't feel that concerned by threats, knives, or even bullets, if you must know.
That's exactly what that stupid trade unionist claimed after he attacked one of us. Booth and I reminded him a bullet beats words every time.
What can you tell me about...
You can't trust anyone around here. As soon as you lower your guard, you can be sure some arsehole will take advantage of you.
Really?
Bastards, all of them. This region only responds to violence and threats.
You sound like...
Take the gravediggers of Suffolk. They must pay me every week, but it looks like they forgot who gave them permission to steal from the dead.
Looting corpses in a mass grave. That is a new low.
Whatever. Hey, since you're a doctor and all, maybe you can access that forbidden area and remind those bastards what they owe.
Can I...
As long as you have money. The sewer dog's fault, they say. Then the gangs, the epidemics, everyone throwing the...
Mark my word.
Without the wet boots keeping things straight, these parts will be running...
I can't believe I'm doing this.
You best be off to your hunting with the sewer dog. And hunting all these poor folk, you need to catch
Good
them.
evening, sir.
Whatever.
Don't you recognize?
Don't take it personally.
Yes, you have definitely...
I'm Dyson Delaney.
What do you do?
I drink. I drink in the morning and at noon. I drink at night. And then I drink some more.
Don't you work?
I'd love to, but I don't have the time.
Why do you drink?
Maybe it's because I prefer dying.
You sound very sad.
That's because I am Doc.
Is there
How dare you say so?
no reason at all?
Let me tell you a story.
All right.
A few years ago, when I believed a resolute man could change things around here for good, a tragedy occurred nearby.
What kind of tragedy?
It was a bomb. A bomb that exploded and killed many people. Metal and blood everywhere. Shouts, fire, broken window of the shoe shop, the torn street light.
You lost people you loved that day, didn't you?
I've lost everything. But you know what the worst part is? I don't even remember where it happened. I've drunk so much to forget it, and now I can't remember where it was. I can't pay my homage to the dead.
I'm sorry, Mr. Delaney.
It's okay. If you ever find the place, just leave a flower for me there. Even if you tell me where it is. I'm not sure I'd memorize it.
For this.
Is there
How dare you?
Why?
Sinister.
No.
Let me...
Another time. Surely.
Sure. I wanted things.
Sounds like...
No.
Do you...
No.
For this.
I want to know more about...
I'm still an anarchist, Doctor. Make no mistake. I just reject violence as a tool to change the world, unlike my comrades.
Do you still see your comrades?
No. I hope they'll come to share my point of view one day. I'll raise my glass to that splendid idea.
Do you believe in a bloodless revolution, then?
I do not believe in much anymore, Doctor. But I'll admit I like your idea of peaceful change. I like it a lot.
I'm looking for...
I really don't know. I heard he'd been abducted. I don't know.
Who could tell me that?
About it.
Goodbye.
Not a drop of blood left in his body.
This is the work of a vampire. Good evening, Mr. Delaney.
What?
Goodbye.
Good evening, sir. Have you witnessed...
And what do you define as a stranger?
My name is Ichabod...
A vampire hunter?
I know what you're thinking.
Mr. Throgmorton.
A man of science.
What can you...
Did you hear about what happened to Jack Gillingham? Oh, boy. It's a shame I wasn't around to protect him.
It's impossible to protect everyone. The violence seems endemic in this part of town.
But it's my duty. I am convinced Jack Gillingham was killed by a vampire. These evil rodents are spreading like a plague.
So...
I patrol late at night, investigating anything unusual. I try and encourage people to stay indoors, but people are careless.
Can I help?
Actually, yes. I plan to put up posters to alert the population to the vampire threat.
Are you asking me to paste posters about vampires around the docks?
If you wouldn't mind. If you did that, then I can focus on my patrols.
How do you identify a vampire?
It's simple, really. They can't stand daylight. They're afraid of garlic and holy symbols. They also cannot enter a house without being invited.
Have you ever killed one of these creatures? Yourself, I mean?
Of course I have. What kind of question is that? It's a dirty business, believe me.
Have you heard of the Guard?
Of course. They're dedicated hunters. A little militant for my taste, but they do let anyone join.
Were you ever tempted to join the Guard yourself?
I did think about it, but I'm more of a silent hunter. They're more of a sanitary militia.
So you hunt alone?
Vampires are just like every other predator. They hunt when they're hungry and follow certain patterns. It's just a matter of observation and patience.
I'm looking for
the sad saint. He should be at his night asylum at this hour. But I cannot tell you how to find it, sorry.
Really? Why is that?
It's nothing personal, Doctor. I'm sure your intentions are good, but people who sleep there, they have plenty of reasons to hide.
I could make you tell me, but...
All I will say is this. Gossip has it that when he was a child, he was molested. By a priest of all people. Funny thing is, though, it only strengthened his faith.
Maybe at least you can tell me who could help me find him.
Tell you what, go and chat with Tom Watts. He's a bartender and good judge of character. If he talks to you, then it's fine by me.
Goodbye. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
You remember me then? Thank you for your...
I'm still...
What can you tell me?
It's not that bad. Thanks to people like the sad saint of the East End.
Who?
Sean Hampton, our own private holy figure. Few are foolish enough to make peace with the gangs. Sean is one of them.
How is it you can keep this place open? This part of town doesn't seem particularly safe.
Well, since everybody needs a drink, my pub is considered neutral ground by most groups.
I see.
Or something like that. Nothing that a few wise words and a bottle of gin can't solve.
Since I'm...
Perhaps, Doctor. Peace partly depends on my stock of gin. Really epidemic, my supplies are running low.
How could a physician help you in this matter?
I have a small warehouse just past the quarantine line. Perhaps, with you being a doctor, you could go there and come back?
Doctors aren't immune to disease, you know. Very well. Show me where it is. I'll see what I can do.
Oh, thank you, sir. Here's the key to get in. You're about to save many dry throats.
You're something of a figurehead.
I'm only pouring alcohol for everyone to forget their troubles. Sean Hampton is the one giving them long-term hope.
Goodbye, Mr.
Welcome back.
Tom?
I heard the sad saint was recovering at Pembroke Hospital. Did he leave or something?
I believe he returned to his flock. Can you confirm that?
Oh, I bet you're right. Sean can't help but worry about the poor and sick. Well, I guess it has something to do with what happened to him as a baby.
Please, tell me.
Well, I don't like to gossip, but I heard that the sad saint was abandoned as a baby in front of a Catholic orphanage in Dublin. It would explain his faith and need to help everyone.
The important...
Why not try his night asylum? He takes care of those who need a meal or a roof there.
Where is it?
It's in an old warehouse, northwest of here. Just follow the bank to the west and go north when you reach the end of the pier.
Goodbye, Mick. It's locked, all right. I'm much...
Welcome back.
Excuse my...
Something bothering you? What, my name? Or my complexion?
Believe me,
If that's true, you'd be one of the few not to make fun of me. Just you, Tom, Dyson, Miss Fishburne, and of course Mr. Hampton.
Excuse...
Something knows it.
What could...
People don't...
You look...
This is a...
So you and your...
Tom's the only exception I've come across until now. But he's not like everybody else.
This place...
We get people of all sorts.
So this...
Yeah.
You're...
Yeah.
Foda-se então.
You bet we...
Tá bom, foda-se. Doco do Oeste. Vambora.
Stupid beast!
Parece o tamanho que a besta lá, né?
Seems like the guard of Freewood is on Shorthampton's trail too.
Some of this? Killing's all you deserve.
Seu tabaco.
Crush the leaves, boys. Die, vermin.
Vai, filho da puta.
I hate leeching.
The wounds on this corpse are deep, the result of rabid rage. If this is Sean's doing, he's become a murderous beast.
Virar arma nova? Parece que sim. I'm gonna go now. Is it on the floor?
I have this thirst for blood. I can't believe I'm doing this. I have this thirst for blood. I cannot enter.
Tem que ser por aqui, ó. Aí, monstro grande. Vai se fuder, demorou? Quer teta com você não, vagabundo.
Tom has so much alcohol, he could keep this district afloat for quite some time.
Vagabundo. Acho que eu vou morrer pro seu, otário. Eu achando que eu vou dar uma mole pro seu, babaca. Mano, eu vou voltar lá só pra falar com ele. Nice. I was zipping on the floor. I was dreaming of 40 out of feeling down below. You got some money on me. Can't count no more. My mom was in the project wall. Wouldn't even get it low. It's like it out of
Welcome back.
You lied to me, Tom.
I'm sorry, Dr. Reed, but I thought those Prewen guards would be willing to let someone like you pass without trouble.
That was devious of you, Tom. Next time you can bloody well go yourself.
I apologise, Doctor, but it's just that I prefer to avoid the law, its enforcers, and all manner of thugs in uniform.
Here is your boot.
Believe me, Doctor, most of my customers are less agreeable when sober.
Why not leave town and start?
I grew up in the East End. This is where my roots are. This is where I want to help others and die, eventually.
Do you think that...
As long as poverty and fear run the show, I don't see how it would change. Misery loves company, as they say.
Don't you...
I've made peace with my violent past, Dr. Reed. I may not be a pacifist, but I'm not angry anymore.
Tell me about your arrest for attempted murder, Tom.
I tried to kill someone. I got arrested. I paid my debt and I have nothing to hide.
So you mean...
Yeah, why do you think this is the last pub open? I have nothing to hide and I don't judge. That's a relief for many round here.
Do you think prison changed you?
No, I don't know about that. All I brought back is bad memories, scars, and an ugly...
But do you feel...
All I know is that...
You attempted murder.
I was given an order to kill. I was an obedient gang member at the time. A proud, wet boot boy.
Why did you...
Because I finally felt useful. Do you have any idea what it means to feel respected when the rest of the world shits on you?
So you...
I don't know if you can possibly understand. I couldn't kill him. I just stood there pointing my gun. Someone saw me. I gave up.
Why couldn't you shoot?
My target was eating in that fancy restaurant with mirrors and music. He was eating, drinking, laughing. He was having such a good time. I hated him for his bottomless appetite and easy life of easy pickings. And then something happened.
You refused to kill him because you wanted to feel some of that happiness yourself. You empathized with him.
Exactly. The man was a bloody landlord who rented overpriced flats. A selfish bastard. But he made me smile. And I was no different from him.
Why does your waitress feel in danger? What?
This part of town is dangerous for all, but for women it's worse, as
do you think?
Of course I am.
Goodbye.
Perhaps I should shut the terminals for a time.
Pão no seu cu, otário. Vou te matar, filho. Deixa eu só liberar mais aqui um tempo. Vai ver eu te matando aí, ô idiota. Ah, não. Ah, não. Ah, não. Quero de novo não.
Watch yourselves! There's one of them!
Morreu, babaca. Estou em cima de bom. Nada de bom. Opa, tem um cara aqui.
Over there!
Eu posso evoluir mais? Será que eu evoluiria mais? Ai, não aguento mais jogar nesse jogo. É muita coisa, é muita coisa. Vamos pá, vamos pá, vamos pá. Deixa eu ver se eu posto o paz aqui com escrito 2000, não dá não. O paz aqui, velho. Ah, Dilson, eu quero que você se foda mesmo. Achei que não engraçado.
Despicable. It's locked, all right.
Não vou chegar então, porra. Se eu vou chegar por aqui, por onde que eu vou chegar, porra? Agora eu tenho que lutar contra esse gato de novo.
It's locked.
Como é que eu vou entrar lá então, porra? Ai, tá me seguindo esse vagabundo. Ah, tem uma porta aqui, velho. Não imaginava. Came from the bottom, down below. Nossa, aqui é muito dark mesmo, velho. Essa manga aí, vagabundo.
This poor man has just been slaughtered by a vampire. The body's still warm.
Toma. Vagabundo. Filho da puta. Opa. Não quero não, valeu. Para. Nossa,
It's locked, all right.
Ai, ai, ai. Cadê a mulher que tava aqui, mano? Aqui, aqui.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. John.
Good evening, sir. My name is Giselle Paxton, but I don't have time for men like you.
Have we met before?
No, but I just need to look at your fence.
That's quite judgment.
Sir, I've led enough strikes when I had a job to
I'm looking for short...
What is it you want? Does he owe you money? Has he displeased your Royal Highness? I'm no snitch, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Se fudeu.
May I ask?
I'm killing myself scraping for a living. And you? Have you ever had to struggle in your entire life?
As I told you, I'm a doctor. You have to work a lot to earn that title.
Ah, a doctor. Born with money in a nice house, were we? Was Daddy a banker or a doctor himself?
Why such hatred? Are you judging me by my clothes and my job?
Of course I am. Fuck, you're so blind. You don't even see your privilege. Lazy people like you disgust me.
What can you tell me?
Tell you what, just spend a few weeks here, and then ask me that question again. If you're still alive, I mean.
If you have something to say, say it. I'm getting tired of all this.
Oh. You want information instead? Well, here's some for you. Giselle Paxton does not like you at all, Doctor.
You don't know me, Miss Paxton, and yet you see me as an enemy.
Oh, your manners, your clothes, your words tell me everything about you, sir. I know your kind, and you don't belong here.
Oh no, Miss Paxton, you really don't know my kind. You have no idea who I am.
All right, okay. No need to get all worked up.
You speak of strife.
You bet I am. Well, I was. Nowadays, I'm just another worker blacklisted by the big companies.
You lost.
Those bastards...
Isn't the... What, really?
I drank too much that night.
Well...
Então vai se fuder então.
Good evening, miss.
A fancy doctor lurking at night by the...
And what about you? What?
You want to know my...
Goodbye.
Glad.
I'm looking...
Mr. Hampton must be in his office at the night asylum he manages, I suppose. Why do you want to see him?
He was a patient of mine at the Pembroke Hospital, but he left abruptly.
I see. Well, Mr. Hampton is a discreet and dedicated man. I'm sure you... Find him soon enough.
Is it not day?
As long as I have good legs, I can run away from...
Are you home?
Mr. Hampton's night asylum is our new home now. It's a safe place for me and my sister.
What can you tell me?
It's just the nickname of Sean Hampton, the sad saint of the East End. He gave me shelter, and he's not always sad.
What can you tell me?
It may be okay for a strong girl like me, but Just a dandy doctor from the city like yourself. Better watch your back, Mr. Reed.
You really?
No. I think you had better stay and help as many people as you can. Just avoid the wet boot boys. Those bastards are...
Which?
Well, the gangs, the thieves, the drunks, the jobless. A man with your fancy clothes will attract a lot of attention.
Well, I am not someone so easily intimidated.
Glad to hear that. And if you get into trouble, you can always seek help at Hampton's shelter. No one would dare to be violent there.
Good.
Still much work to do.
Vem pra cá. Dinheiro. Parafuso. Vambora. Bala. O chão aí, ó. Pera aí, chão, que eu vou pegar o que tá aqui no seu quarto aqui, mano. Tem uns negócios aqui. Esse cara já vai morrer, velho.
Why the long face, Doctor?
Is it all that worries you, Sean? My long face? Really?
This is a blessing for me. Become a Skal. Immortality gives me more time and energy, if truth be known, to run a shelter. What more could I want?
Since you left Pembroke, the amount of blood that has been shed, it's hard to believe you, Sean.
Ask what you will. As the Lord is my shepherd, I will not speak a lie to you.
Why did you kill Miss Jo?
Killed old Harriet? You must be mad, Doctor. Why would I do such a thing?
So you claim Miss Jones' death?
Though Harriet was an angry, spiteful woman, she was one of God's creatures. I have nothing but love for all he has made.
But you were...
Of course. But she was lost. Separated from the fold. She did not see the hand of the divine in my blessed condition.
People have been murdered.
Have a little faith, Doctor. If you will follow, I will guide you to the light.
How do you plan to do that?
Take this key of the old sewers. The entrance is by the riverbank, south from here. There you'll find all the proof you need.
I will not look kindly on you if you're trying to trick me.
I'll be here when you return. If you still think I'm a threat then, well, I'll surrender myself to your judgment.
Puta que pariu.
The city is darkest, the place you'll find your life. We'll have a talk when you've returned from the sewers, Dr. Reed. We shall have a good chat later, Dr. Reed.
Fudeu, pai.
What have we here? Look at the horse, Governor, or are you just out of your mind?
What?
Olha o meu. Fudeu que eu tô achando que agora é um boss. Nossa senhora. Corre, parça. Não sei que entra, não. Bando de vagabundo. Nossa, velho. Fodeu. Vambora. Vambora.
It's locked, all right.
Não abre esse lado.
That doesn't work.
Não funciona. Hoje me fugir era o final.
That doesn't work.
Tô lembrando que tem um boss cabuloso aqui, né?
So that's it. These wheels control the water level.
E aí, o que eu faço? Excelente. Opa, tem mais um aqui. Excelente. Vai ter esse lado aqui. Nada. Chumbo. Chumbo.
That doesn't work.
That's much money on me. Opa, agora eu vou destruir isso aqui, ó.
That gate should shut properly now.
Agora vai fechar. E aí? Aqui embaixo, olha. Fazendo nada, nada. Não consegui. Não consegui não. Vamos pra lá. Tô ficando com medo já, viu? Papo reto, né? Tô com medo, hein? Na moral.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Errado aqui é porque vai ter três ali na frente.
This is despicable.
Ai, mano, não tenho medo. Vamos ver. Tô vendo que vai ver um boss cabuloso aqui, mano. Até vendo.
I cannot enter.
Não. É ele.
These maggots have escaped the wrath of Ascalon for too long. It is time to purge the sewers of their filth.
You again? The one they call the sewer dog?
Hold your tongue, newborn, or I'll crush you like a maggot.
You've let the beast consume you.
Finally, a touch of lucidity.
Nossa.
To respect the laws of Ascalon. My neck shall snap like a hare's brittle bone. Once you vanished, I'll slaughter these scalds while singing your name.
Ai.
Power you cannot comprehend.
Tomei o babaca.
Foolish Ekon.
Ô, idiota. Chupa essa manga aí, otário.
And thine shall be a fair skull to adorn my mantle. I shall take it apart and spill my blood to the pit slow as a snail.
Vai, sai, porra.
Your blood is now mine.
Cadê você, idiota?
I shall crush you.
Nossa, tomei. Nossa, mano.
Return to your apothecary of needles.
Ah, mano.
Found your death in me.
Ah, tô desviando, caralho.
Return to your apothecary of needles. I shall crush.
Matei. Porra. Vai se fuder, mano. Que nervosismo do caralho. Porra. Eu achei que eu não ia matar ele não, mano. Juro.
It's locked, all right.
Mano, achei que eu não ia matar ele, velho.
At least one skull escaped Fergal's wrath.
Achei que eu ia pro saco agora. Ai, mano. Será que de lá que eu vim? Que eu vou embora. Quero subir lá onde tá aquele negócio lá. muitas coisas aqui.
How could he have made it this far? There's blood everywhere.
Safe we are, still. Drink now.
Bless you, Bridget.
The blood of a vampire, but it will quench your thirst. This is our domain, not yours. You've been warned.
Wait, I saved you from this creature. That must count for something.
Thank you. Now go. Go back to the streets and houses. There is no love lost between us, Vampire. But thank you.
Sean Hampton sent me here. I believe he wanted me to find you. Who are you?
If you must know, they call me Old Bridget. And this shelter is where we live.
I'm Jonathan Reed. I'm a newborn Echo. I'm afraid I'm not sure what's going on.
I shall not bend a knee, young Ekon, but I sense your pain. Ask, and I will afford you my attention.
Why was that creature?
Fergal is the blunt instrument of the Ascalon Club. His masters would see us dead or turned into slaves, if they had their way.
What the hell was that thing? He wasn't an Ekon or a Skal.
They are known as Volkod, an ancient offshoot of immortals. Blood drives them, enrages them.
What of this Ascalon?
Vampire society's elite in the Empire. They make the rules and enforce their judgment upon us whom they see as lessers.
So was it you that Sean Hampton sent me to find?
Perhaps. The sad saint was always kind to us. He must trust you if he revealed our location.
Sean is a Skal. All those I've encountered have been violent, crazed creatures. How can he be any different?
Maybe because he is the sad saint. Or perhaps because I am Old Bridget of the Sewer Skulls.
Sean killed a patient of mine. And that's just one of the murders he's being hunted for.
If you refer to Harriet, she is now among us and under our protection.
Harriet Jones is alive. That's it. That's the proof Sean wanted me to find. I must talk to her.
No. Harriet is not alive. But you can speak to her. I must warn you. She is fragile and may not receive you warmly.
I don't understand.
She is filled with bile and hate. Her mind is sharp as a tack, but her body is so weak. I've never seen its like before. She is resting in a room on the far right of this hideout.
Thank you. I will bear that in mind.
Doideira. Mano, eu quero que esses caras aí se foda. Mano, vou vazar aí, valeu, falou.